brothers.
Mm-hmm.
That's what's up. That's what's up. You don't know, right? You don't know? That's Shaky Jakey and I'm the OG.
Jakey and the OG. Hey, shout out to one of our viewers, RJ, man. Saw him, hung out with him last weekend. He was talking about, he dug the show last week, kept saying, yeah, man, Shaky Jakey and the OG. You know what I'm saying?
That's what's up. It's
Nice,
working.
man. He was fucking with it.
Nice. It's working. Shaky Jakey and the OG.
Shaky
with the young bull, Malachi.
Yeah.
With the young bull, Malachi Lee.
Hey.
Oh, shit.
Hey, that's hard. That's hard. That's hard.
Thank you. All we need is the Presidente. You know what I'm saying? But shout out to the Presidente. He isn't in tonight. You know what it is we do? We gonna rock it with the trio. You know what I mean? So, you know, this is what we doing. What's up, fellas? You know what I mean? This is our 105th episode. You know what I mean? How y'all feeling about that?
Super fragilistic espialidocious.
Oh, if you don't know what this is, because that was a lie. That was a lie. If you don't know what this is Mask Off, episode 105, Oozing with Toxicity. You know
hey, I know what that pause means. You are so hilarious, sir.
That's what this is.
You are one funny guy, man.
What does that mean? What does that mean? What does that pause mean?
I don't want to say. Not on the air.
Oh, okay. All right. So you know,
I'm a fan of the artwork, man.
I like it too.
You know what I'm saying?
I like it too.
So Malachi, what you implying, bro?
I'm not implying anything. I'm reading what you're saying.
Hey, pull that artwork back up for me one more time. One more time.
You want to see that artwork?
Yeah, man. Just pull up one more time, man.
I'm trying to move to different things. You talking about the artwork, but that's cool.
I'm sorry, man. I just that movie poster was a big part of my childhood.
If you're gonna do a damn job, man, get it right.
Secret of the Ooze, man.
Oh, check this out. Hold on. Pause, Jake. Something got to be said because he slipped that one in. You know what I mean? And I'm gonna say this to you flat out. I don't drink, I don't smoke, and I'm always in my right mind, so I hear exactly what's taking place when you try to throw that little quick shot. Matter of fact, let me explain something to you, young boy. I just got off the phone with one of the slick talkingest people I ever met in my life, which would be my mama. My mama would talk slick and admit it, and her ears is always up for the BS. So I heard you when you tried to make a shot at me. I'm sorry, Shaky Jakey. I had to get him right because you try to come with the OG telling I'm doing. If I'm gonna do Dan's job, I need to do it right. First of all,
I don't want no smoke.
I'm sorry, Jake. You can continue, my brother.
You're doing a great job, OG.
Oh shit! All I'm saying is that this poster, big part of my childhood. Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles 2: Secret of the Ooze. You know what I'm saying? It wasn't better than the first movie, but it was dope. Vanilla Ice was in it. That's not why the movie was dope, but he was in it. Also, Kevin Nash was in it. A wrestler from Detroit. You know, he was Diesel of WWF. You know, NWO with Scott Hall. Rest in peace. Hulk Hogan. Fuck him, he racist. But you know what I'm saying? Anyway, yeah. This just reminds me of my childhood a lot. That's why I wanted you to bring it back up.
Who was Booker T talking to when he was talking? He said, "I'm coming for you, nigga."
He's talking to Hogan. He's like, "Hogan, we coming for you, nigga." He was talking.
I still think that's
Hogan, we coming for you.
And he was like, and he knew he fucked up right after. He was like, "We coming for you, nigga." Oh,
wasn't that the one with the onesie, Kurt Angle?
What are you talking about?
Oh, you a young
Booker
boy.
T.
Booker T didn't wear a onesie, did he?
No.
Booker T wore.
Wasn't he talking to Kurt Angle? That's what I'm saying.
No, he was talking to Hogan.
Oh, okay.
That was like that clip was like years before Angle got in the game and shit. But yeah, he was talking to Hogan. That shit was
That shit was funny as hell. Man,
Hey, Booker T been putting on.
Booker T has slipped up and said nigga a few times. He slipped up. He slipped up on commentary too. Like there's this little person named Hornswoggle, and he was getting beat up, and you could just hear him when he's getting beat up. He was like, "Man, come on, nigga, why you gotta beat him up, man?" Like he just said that. He said it on commentary. He's just, oh man, he done slipped up with that a few times.
Shout out to Booker T, man, putting real nigga back into wrestling.
I don't know about that one. But
I don't know about that one.
Yeah, that wasn't right. It wasn't right.
He's trying, Jake. You gotta give it to the young boy.
Booker T, man, Harlem Heat. Them niggas was not from Harlem. It was from Texas. But anyway, yeah. Anyway, I went on a tangent, but yeah, I'll throw it back to the OG. Get us back on track.
All right, so before we start, I thought it was imperative that we check out something to kind of go into the show, you know what I mean? To kind of get our minds focused on what we're talking about, because this show is all about toxic energy, oozing with the toxicity. So I want to show a clip that I found. It's a real quick clip, you know what I mean? So I want to tap into that. Y'all ready, fellas? I'm gonna tap into this real quick.
Sorry, I'm not into short guys.
Get the fuck out of here! Get the fuck out of here! Yo, I thought that dog was so toxic, so toxic, and you find out with today's show episode, man, it's a lot of people out there with that same energy, that same me first mentality, that same crazy attitude about things. And it don't make sense. And speaking of crazy, man, this weather this week has been ridiculous. So before we go any further, I just want to find out how y'all week's been. Malachi, how your week been, young boy?
Yeah, my week has been good, man. Real good. I'm started this paint job this week, so been working at that. Been working in the comedy. I've had a good week, and this week was good for me too. I faced a lot of some things I was running from, some responsibilities and tasks that was at hand. I was trying to not do. Face the funk and getting to it, so I feel good.
That's super dope, man.
Yeah. And the thing about stuff like that is like something, it could be hanging over your head, but that task's not gonna take that long to do. You feel me? So once you just take that time to do it, man, you feel so much better. It takes some digging in the moment, but the mental freedom that it brings to complete that thing, man, ain't nothing like it. So
that's so crazy. I feel that way about work, bro. Like when I'm laying in the bed in the morning, I'm like, oh my God, I don't want to get up. I don't want to do this. I don't want to be bothered with this, where I'm going to be, what I'm going to do. And then once you get moving and get into it, and before you know, after several naps, like naps that you didn't expect that to happen. But after several naps, this goes back to the bullshit episode we had yesterday, Jake. You realize it was a decent day. It was a real decent day.
Yeah. I've been changing my mindset when it comes to the things that I have to do. Going from I have to do this to I get to do this. So seeing everything as an opportunity, versus a task that's demanded of me. Okay,
that's a good outlook to have.
Mm-hmm. It's definitely, because that way I'm finding the ways to enjoy it. It's like, man, I am privileged to do this. I am able to do this. You feel me? Like a lot of people aren't able to do the things that we do. You feel me?
That's good, because like we just saying that, like I have to do this. That just brings on the whole mentality, like fuck, I gotta do.
Yeah,
gotta.
Like you're forced to.
You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and that energy, it rubs off on whoever else around you,
mm-hmm.
and then it bounces back to you, and then you get lower, and you get lower, and you get lower, and then every time somebody talk, you like, fuck is you talking to me for?
Yeah. So when you say that, like when you like switch the words around, it's amazing what a difference it makes.
You know what I'm saying? It make you feel better.
It does.
And but I've been working on trying to doing that, like how I communicate with people, like even like when someone makes me mad, instead of like attacking them, maybe like change how I say it. Like when you do this, when you do blank, this makes me feel such and such. You know what I'm saying? Like stuff like that. So
expression,
yeah. So yeah, that's dope. Like I like what you're doing there, Malachi.
That's what's up. Get up, young boy. Hey Jake, how was your week, my brother?
I'm blessed to make it to the end of another week. My week started out rough. Was sick, like food poisoning.
Oh wow,
it was crazy. Like Monday afternoon, I was thrown up like a motherfucker. Then and it continued into like Tuesday. So I was like, I was down for the count for a couple of days. Had to cancel my show at Planet Ant due to that. But I got back up. I was feeling better yesterday. Got back up. I did a show yesterday. Nah. What? Why? Why? Why?
I was so confused by that one.
Yeah.
Well, booty butter taking place.
Oh man,
in the bathroom, hard.
That's yeah, man. But anyway, we ain't had to go there. But yeah, I did a show yesterday. A paid gig. It was cool.
Dope.
That's
so good people. Shout out to John Campbell, put me on the show. Melanie Hearn was on it. Shout out to her.
Nice.
Devontae Evo was on it. Shout out to him. And Brett Sofarino, shout out to him too. So yeah, it was a good show.
Dope, man.
Yeah, that's it. And now I'm here with y'all about to talk this shit.
Yeah, man. You know, I have to say, man, you know, this week, man, my week. You know, I've been back from up north, so this is my full official week back, and I have to say that it has been a blessing and a curse at the same time because it still hangs over my head that I got to go back up north, but at the same time, being able to start my day in my house and do things in my house is a blessing. So I've worked all week in the crib, you know.
Oh, this is your first week back home.
Yep, this is my first week back home working from the crib. So it has been pretty interesting.
How long was you have? Because I know you was commuting, then you went to home. How long when you went back to commuting?
I do a month up north and then three months at the crib. So
okay,
that's how I'm doing that. Yeah.
Okay, so you got knocked that month out. All right, sweet. So you back?
Yeah, I knocked it out. April, shout out to April. April came and it went. You know, it was
April did come and go fast. For
sure. Two powerful birthdays in April.
Yeah.
And if you don't know, it was this guy and the young bull. We did our thing, man.
Yep.
And April couldn't hold us back. You know what I'm saying? No matter what the weather tried to do to us, we prepared last year for the BS.
Yeah.
In April, we succeeded.
Yeah, April was a good month. We set up real nice for May. May is cruising around real nice.
But April don't want to leave, man. April's funk is like still around though. You know what I mean?
Our March funk is still around.
Right? How about it, man? That's crazy what the weather doing with all this funk, man. You know, you don't know what's popping off, you know, until you look and turn around, it's be summer, and then summer turns into the fall. You're like, wait a minute. What's going on?
I feel like we really don't get a spring here. We just like bam. It's 80 degrees. It's summer.
Surprise.
Surprise. But
you thought it was gonna be different. Yeah, so on that note, man, I want to do something that we love to do before we start any show that we're gonna start. We like to hit it up with the young boy and hit him with the motivational minute. Malachi, give the people what they want. Young boy.
What up, doe? It's your boy Mask Off Malachi. Bam. And I'm back with another motivational minute.
I'm getting there.
I got you, OG. And back with another motivational minute, man. Today's motivational minute. Today's motivational minute is about healing from within first. A lot of times, as the saying goes, hurt people hurt people. A lot of times when you are hurt, it's a reflection on what's inside of you internally. You got to look inside yourself, deal with those deep things, those things that you have unaware, and those things that you do intentionally that are toxic, that are negative, that are bringing yourself down, bringing others down. Those traits in every area of your life, you have to go and take out that trash in your soul so you don't hurt others the way you feel that pain in your inside. Heal others so you don't hurt others. Heal yourself so you don't hurt others. It's your motivational minute.
All right. So it took me a minute to get that. Let's try one again. Boom. Bam.
There we
Boom.
go.
Now. All right, cool. So
Hey, you got it, OG. I'm with you, man. You did a good job.
You know what? I never professed to be the best at nothing, but the best at everything. And so far, I'm getting close to this. I'm getting close to this. You know what I'm saying? I'm learning, I'm learning how to do this with over the radio, and also I'm learning how to do this with Dan steps and do some things for Dan.
Expanding the skill set,
yeah.
brother.
So I'm trying to figure out how to make it done. Get it done.
Yeah,
you
man.
doing
Shout out to OG on the ones and twos, man. You doing this thing.
Yeah, big salute, OG.
Appreciate you.
Hold it down for sure.
Shout out to Shaky Jaggy. You talking that shit right there. Shout out to Jaggy. Yeah, man. You know, as far as what you were saying, Malachi, hurt people do hurt people, man. And the one thing that hurt people don't recognize is the power they have to not hurt other people.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? They don't recognize that power.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
That
Because
choice.
they don't recognize the choice that they have within them to not hurt others, but they do it because it's almost like it's instilled in them to see damage.
Who can I inflict? Yeah.
Who can I inflict with whatever that I feel is wrong?
That somebody else did, you know, from somewhere out back. And it'd be hard to face those truths. And sometimes it's not even what others do. It's sometimes self-inflicted wounds that we haven't healed that are causing us to outrage on others.
So do you think we doing that? You think people be doing that like on purpose, or they just doing it unconscious, subconsciously?
It's a good question. I think it's both. I think it's different types. I think there's the person that is triggered and doesn't know it. You know what I'm saying? Triggered by certain things and will lash out. And I think there's the person that also is like, oh yeah, I'm going. Every dude I come across now, they going. You know what I'm saying? I think it's two. They go hand in hand. Not hand in hand, but I think they both exist.
All right. Well, on that note, man, we might as well step into this.
Yeah, we right there on it already.
Yeah, but before the comments, we got to go to these comments.
Yeah,
we got to see what's popping in these comments.
Yes, sir.
I got Facebook right now. Big Time in the house. Time in the house. What up, though? You said
Tom. What
Game time.
He's got the clap emojis for the Ninja Turtles cover poster.
Yeah, man. Always kind of on time in the building.
Big Sis Tam, she in the building, says,
"What up, Tam?
What's the deal?"
And we got Tom. He says, "Gonna roll off, fella, celebrating Amber's 29th birthday. Shout out to Amber, happy birthday! Y'all know Amber is his wife.
Nice.
So
happy birthday,
happy birthday, Amber. He says, have a good show. Appreciate you, Tom. You know what I'm saying? You one of our loyal viewers, man. We ain't sweating if you got to dip out. You know
not at all.
Especially for the wifey, you know.
Right. I got Mask Off chat open. DJ Touch said, "Good evening, fellas. Got my niecey Pooh and sis in the house. What up, fam?"
Shout out to DJ Touch. DJ Touch is in the motherfucking building. Shout out to DJ Touch.
Yeah, that's super hype right there. This wants to know where Malachi got the picture in the background. I got this from a art festival at St. Andrews about 4 or 5 years ago. This artist had his booth set up. There was a bunch of artists there, different types of forms of art that were happening, paintings, actors, music, bunch of it's just art festival. And the guy had his booth set up, and I seen this, and I was like, man, that looks so good. He didn't even have a price on it, so he let me kind of give what I had in mind, and he was like, all right, I'll take that. And I was like, okay, you sure? And
it's $5.
Right. I did say so. It was close to that, definitely. And he went when he was like, usually I wouldn't, but for you, I got it. I was like, all right. So yeah, that's the story on that. Kicking it with Rob in the building with us. He said, what up, fellas?
What up, dog?
He said they do it on purpose because they miserable. I can agree with that. Definitely, it's definitely people out there doing it on purpose, because they suffering. Absolutely.
Jake, you was about to say something?
No, I'm good. I'm good.
You sure?
Yeah, I'm sure. I had nothing to say.
All right, is that all we got for the comments?
Yep. Got some people rocking with us. What's up, y'all? Let's get it. This is gonna be a good topic. I'm excited.
I'm excited too, man, because when we was doing the pre-show, man, it just opened up so much as far as
the questions.
Good conversation, good questions.
Absolutely.
And if you want to see some more, make sure you guys go out and subscribe to our page, man.
Yes.
Check us out, man, before we get into the meat and potatoes.
Mask Off podcast on YouTube, no spaces.
Where else we at, man? Let them know, young
we
boy.
We on Facebook too. We on Facebook. We on Planet Nat channel. We on Twitch. So yeah. Get at us.
So on that note, man, let's go straight into a group discussion. Most definitely. This is the what? Group discussion.
There we go. I was
so
waiting on it. That was a good switch up, OG.
I'm getting the buttons down, baby. I'm getting the buttons down, but let's get into it, man.
You almost sped past it and you slowed up like, all right, hold on. Let me
It's all about finesse. And I give it to Dan, man. Dan got the best finesse when it comes to this.
Yeah, you know the ones and twos. He make it look easy, don't he?
He make it look easy, and sometimes he can catch us off guard. You know what I'm saying? And, Jake used to catching him off guard, but you know what I'm saying? But he catches off guard all the time, though. But we're going to get into it, man. You know what this is with this show, man. We kicking it with the group discussion today, man. The group discussion, we going straight into the toxicity of everything, ladies and gentlemen. Oozing with toxicity. On that note, I'm going to pass it to the young boy so we can get this thing going. What's up, youngin?
What's the deal? Today's topic is about toxicity, toxic relationship, toxic people. But before we do that, I want to give a quick rest in peace shout out to Kevin Samuels, who passed away recently. I think it was today. Or last night. Last night. Passed away in mid-50s. Tragic passing, sudden. For those that don't know, he was a YouTube celebrity, YouTube star. He dealt a lot with women and men and holding them to the standards of what they want versus the reality of who they really are. A lot of women didn't like it. A lot of women liked it. A lot of men liked it. There was a lot of controversy revolved around his tactics and things. He was very cutthroat, honest, and a lot of people didn't like that. But he was definitely making some waves in the community, holding people accountable in his mind. So yeah, definitely rest in peace to him, man.
There's just stuff about like people, just people on the internet or whatever. They heard he died and they saying all this stuff. Good, I'm glad he's dead and all that other stuff. That's totally unnecessary.
Absolutely.
Whether you liked him or hated him or whatever. You know what I'm saying? Like he has his opinions. That's how he went. That's how he went about his business and whatever. You know what I'm saying? Like if you like, just let the man rest in peace. Ain't no
Absolutely.
use for all the extra hate. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Absolutely.
You know, I find it very disheartening, man, that, you know, at the end of the day, everybody has an opinion. And for whatever his opinion was, he brought a lot of validity to the forefront that gave men who necessarily don't think they have a voice.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I raise this question all the time. At the end of the day, who do black men talk to about their issues? We never really have a voice that speaks to us. Whether or not women agree with it or they did agree with it, they always have a open panel that's able to discuss whatever they want to discuss. Whether they talk about black men ain't nothing, black men always cheat, black men are dogs, black men are not fathers, black men are this, black men are that. It's always been, we've always had the ability to take that in. But when you have a gentleman that not only speaks for himself, but speaking for black men, and he corrected black men, like, yo, what you doing? You doing foul stuff. Da, 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 da. It wasn't all about bashing women. I don't think that was never his approach. His approach was always, well, look, sis, your viewpoints on what you think reality is very flawed.
And people's expectations,
And, people's expectations is very flawed. You know what I mean? And some women couldn't handle that. You know what I mean? I didn't necessarily agree with everything he said. But he had a lot of good points about things that conversations that needs to be arised in our community that we don't have. And for whatever reason, we don't have those conversations, whether we feel like black women are queens and they should not have to be subjugated to this. You know, you hear a lot of black women, they always get the low point of the stick and they always this and always that. But they always have a platform to express whatever they want to express. You don't particularly hear that when it comes to working class men, working class black men.
Right.
Yeah, you hear rappers. Rappers is always diminished and degraded black women.
Automatically.
I'm talking about everyday men.
Right.
You know what I mean? In today's society, they didn't have that viewpoint. I think he brought that to the table. And, you know, even in his death, he's still rising in power that people are even wishing death upon his death. You know what I mean? And that's crazy.
Yeah, it shows you the impact. Because when you make an impact, you're gonna have people that love you and hate you. So regardless of the impact.
Yeah.
Yep. So let's get into the group discussion. We're talking about toxic relationships. What makes someone toxic? You know, what does it mean that someone like, man, you toxic? People throw that word around a lot. What makes somebody toxic? OG?
We've been talking about this for a minute, like toxicity. What makes somebody toxic? Like somebody who, from my standpoint, is somebody who has their own trauma, but they have not worked on their trauma. But what they do is they evoke that spirit, that energy off the other people, whether it's intentional or directly intentional. You know what I'm saying? Intentional or not intentional, they still invoke that energy. There's no accountability for what they doing. They just look at it like, well, it is what it is.
Right.
You got to deal with it.
Good point.
So that's my perspective on toxicity.
That's a good point. I like that. Jake?
I think someone that's just like pretty much what Tone said, but just like just a real selfish person. They just out for their own gain, and they just and you know they come off, you know they might come off kind of cool or a sweet person or nice and all that stuff, and that's how they get you. You know what I'm saying? And when you learn their ways, that's how you know that's when it's hard to like you know like cut ties because like oh you feel like this person is like oh like he's such a this dude's cool or this girl I love this girl like she's so sweet and all this other stuff but they're bad people, you know what I'm saying? And that's how they get you at first, and that's how it's hard to like you know like break up with someone or cut ties with a friend or whatnot. You know what I'm saying?
So that's my next point is
Oh,
what
my
is it?
bad. Yeah.
No, that's great point, Jake. And that was my next point is that in relationships, so that's kind of manipulation, you would say, Jake, is what you're saying, right?
Pretty much, yeah.
So people do this in relationships, friendships, where they appear in one way just to get rub shoulders, or I see him going somewhere, or whatever it is. So what are some of the ways that somebody would in a relationship, in a relationship, actually, OG?
Oh man, I've had relationships in my day, and I remember, just being. I was married at one point, and my ex-wife, man, we went through so many toxic situations in our 20s. Like it was ridiculous. Like the level of toxicity was through the roof. Like, say, like if I could be in a room watching TV, right? She would love to talk about this word, which I find it to be manipulative. It's called compromise. I'll be in a room watching TV and she'll come in a room and say, well, maybe we should watch TV together. But I'm like, I'm watching TV already. Maybe when I get done, we could watch something you want to watch. No, I mean, you never watch nothing I want to watch. So me, open for the Jedi mind trick, I'm like, oh, okay, all right. So she's like, well, you need to compromise. So I'm like, well, what's your definition of compromise? Well, how about we pick out something we both want to watch? So I say, great. So we scrolling through the TV, and this is only a small piece of pettiness, you know what I mean, that I'm giving you. We scrolling through the TV, and then it gets to a point where I'm like, all right, cool, let's watch this. I don't want to watch that. And then it goes to something she wants to watch. And then she goes, well, we should watch this. I mean, that's being a compromise. I say, no, that's you getting your way.
Yeah.
So we went through a stage where it was always, we didn't mix because she would do something, I would call her out on it.
Okay.
I would do something, she'd call me out on it. So we start playing this game of mixing the ooze, what I'm saying? Mixing the toxicity. Who can be extremely petty to each other in a sense? You know what I mean?
Yeah. So the pettiness, trying to intentionally get at somebody, trying to intentionally reroute somebody's date. What are some of the because those are like red flags, right? So what are some of the red flags in relationships that you should look out for in both relationships and friendships? Just even business relationships, people can be toxic doing business with as well. People that you work with, colleagues can be toxic. So this is not just intimate relationships. So what are some of those red flags, Jake?
Big red flag is like, we talked about earlier, like not want to take accountability. That was a big one. Like I ain't got, like, if you can't set your ego to the side or whatever, just to like hear how I'm hear what I'm trying to say, because I could be right, but I could be wrong. But sometimes you just want to be heard. You know what I'm saying? If you can't like just set that aside just to hear out what I'm trying to tell you and tell you that I feel this, when I feel this way, this makes me, when you do this makes me feel this way. Like that's a big red flag, because now you just inconsiderate and you don't want to hear nothing I'm trying to say or hear me like tell you about yourself. You know what I'm saying? Like, so I guess I just told you two things. My bad. Like,
no, that's good. I love it.
Accountability and I don't know, and just not willing to listen.
Yeah, communication.
Communication is trash. Lack of communication. That's a big red. Those are a couple big red flags. Go ahead.
I agree.
I got one, and then I'm gonna ask you your definition. One of mine is when you find yourself giving in the relationship more than you're receiving back.
Oh,
you know what I'm saying?
That's a red flag.
You know what I mean? That's a major red flag.
It's a big red flag. Yeah.
When you're giving more, or they're requesting more from you, but you're not getting the same or reciprocated the same way in which they're requesting of you. So that's one for you. What's up?
I would say how they treat themselves. You know what I'm saying? You have to look at the small moments. You know what I'm saying? How do they speak to themselves? How do they go about being wrong? You know what I'm saying? How do they go about mistakes? How do they go about like those type of things? Because a lot of times there's a lot of blame that's put when small mistakes are made. You know what I'm saying? And you got to really look at that. How do they talk to other people outside of you? You know what I'm saying? You have to look at a person's speech. And so sometimes when they saying something crazy, they just ain't said it to you. That's still a red flag because they feel that way. Like you, for example, you with your homeboy and he on the phone with his mom, but he talking crazy to his mom. You like, yo, like that's a red flag. You feel me? If he can cuss his mom out, what you think he gonna do with you? You feel me? So yeah, I think you got to see how do they talk, not only to you but to others and to themselves.
Yeah. Yeah. That's like,
go ahead, Jake.
I saw like somebody made a quote about that, like talking about like I think it was Muhammad Ali or something like that, but it was like saying like I wouldn't trust like if I see someone like if I'm out with somebody and they're like yelling at like that they're yelling at a waiter or waitress and treating them like trash or whatever, I wouldn't trust that person because if I was in that position, they'll treat me the exact same way and stuff like that. So I think Muhammad Ali said that. I'm not sure, but someone made a quote like that, alluding to that, similar to what you were just saying. So that's you definitely gotta watch how people move with other people because you could be on the phone, that person on the phone, he's yelling at like in an instant because you don't know what happened. You know what I'm saying? So
especially you out here dating. You know what I'm saying? You talking to a chick and then she get around her kids and she talking to her daughter and say, "Come here, you little bitch."
Right.
Like, wait a minute.
Yeah.
Wait a minute. You know what I mean?
Big red flag.
Big red flag. Or you know what I mean? You're dealing with a guy and you say, "Come on, this little nigga, man, if you don't come the fuck on," like, yo, it's certain shit you do and you don't do. And it's certain things I just feel like you raising what you put out. You know what I mean?
Absolutely.
And if you investing in this being that you think lowly of, they're going to feel lowly of themselves, and they're going to add on to what this energy that you're giving them to.
Yeah, and it's only a matter of time before they put some of them words on you.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? You little MF. And then too, like I said, going back to like how people take mistakes. If you can't own up to your like what Jake was saying, accountability. You can't own up to it. That wasn't me. No. And it happens in the smallest things. Let's just say it's somebody's first date, right? And my man was late. Instead of taking the accountability to say, man, look, I was late. I didn't manage my time right. He just puts it all on a bunch of other stuff. This ran over, that ran over. And then I really told you 7:30 and you should have been. It's like, hold on, bro. You feel me? Big red flag. So why do you think people ignore different red flags that they might see and just sweep under the rug, OG?
In most cases, when it comes to dating, a lot of men overlook things because we're visual creatures. So we looking at that big booty. We looking at them big breasts. We looking at that pretty face. And we see the stuff right there, but we thinking first about them yams. Like how we going to get to taste them yams at the end of the day? You know what I mean? And that's what it comes down to. Because we overlook, because of visual, we lose our mind in our thought process until the shit hits the fan. Like you got her pregnant, or you living with her, or you doing all these things that you really not ready to sign up for to do,
right?
But you own the roller coaster ride with her. You know what I mean? So absolutely. In relationships, and I'm generally speaking from the man's perspective, you know what I mean? We get caught up in the glitz and the glam.
It ain't none of that. Yeah, that's a real good point, OG. We'll turn a blind eye so we can get a good feel.
Get more than the feel.
We don't know, but there'll be times we know this chick is crazy.
Yeah.
Like we had homies that mess with chick. We know this chick crazy, but it's like we tempted.
Yeah.
You know
and she'll tell you, if you fuck over me, I will bleach your clothes. And you like, girl, you ain't gonna do that shit to me. You ain't gonna do that to me. I will bust your windows out your car.
Right.
You got me fucked up. You ain't doing that shit to me.
Straight up, yeah.
You know what I mean? But she will come on and say it. You know what I mean? That's how toxic you are. You letting him know how not even demented, but like really broken you are.
Yep.
And we overlook that for our own selfish reasons as men.
Absolutely. I would say another thing is comfortability. You know what I'm saying? Like situational, financial situations, emotional situations. A lot of times we be needing companionship. We be needing that. We just be needing somebody to love us, and we be looking for that love so much that we're willing to sweep our standards under the rugs because it's a desperation at that point. You know what I'm saying?
Mhm.
You going back to that switching your mind. You switch your mind and lower your standards based on desperation. Like, man, I need this. Like, I need some money, so let me just stay around with this chick because I know she caked up, or vice versa. A girl could do that to a guy. Like, I'm just gonna let him keep taking me on dates because I need it right now. Well, you got 200 for the rent, whatever it is. They need this guy financially, so they like, I don't care. He cheating. He paying the bills. I don't care. It's like, nah, you gotta keep your standards. Jake.
Yeah. To add to your point, like when you said earlier, like even like business type relationships are toxic. You talking about like a lot of people put up with like shitty bosses just because like, oh, I need this this is going to be good on a resume. This is going to be this is going to give me a raise. This is it's going to catapult me in my career, whatever I'm trying to do. And you know what I'm saying? And you putting up with a lot of toxicity, a lot of stress. So yeah, so just to add to your point.
Yeah, that's a good point. That's a real good point. And I think that could be desperation in business as well. You just I wanna get this deal done so bad. I know y'all shiesty, but it's gonna make me some money. Are people toxic on purpose? I know we talked about that a little bit, but are people really going like, man, I'm about to ruin these people's day? These people out there like that?
I think, man, a lot of it has to do with trauma, and the trauma that we take on, man. It comes subconsciously, and what I mean by that is, let's look at for an example. Like I was having a conversation earlier with my mom, and DJ Touch, shout out to DJ Touch is in the motherfucking building, but we was having a conversation, and we was talking about how the way she was raised and certain expectations that her parents had. And those expectations, she expect me to have the same type of expectations because that was the way she was raised. And there's no moving away from that because these are my expectations. So I think that bounces the same way with trauma. Okay. You know what I mean? If you don't heal from something, you'll take on that same type of trauma and give it to someone that you love. You know what I mean? Like if you used to being called a MFer, you ain't this, you ain't that. Only way you express your feelings is if you're doing it negatively. So you give that to somebody, you know what I mean? And you can tell them all day you love them, but the way you express them is negatively. What they're going to see, they're going to see the negative side. So they're going to learn how to relate to somebody negatively. Yep. If you giving something to them, then you call them an MFer. You know what I'm saying? It's going to be like, here, take this, but you still an MFer. You're like, how does that even mix? Yeah, but that's what we do. We do not heal away from trauma. Yep. And that trauma correlates to everything that goes on with you. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Go ahead, Jake.
Also, that's a good point, Tom. Trauma does have to do with it, but I think some people are just born toxic. You know what I'm saying? They just not everybody, but some people they just are. Like some people are just narcissists. You know what I'm saying? If you don't know what it is, like narcissism. Like you gotta deal with people like that. If you don't know what people don't know what narcissism is, like we get on like the kind of psychology part of it, but like the extreme self-involvement to the degree that it makes a person ignore the needs of those around them, pretty much. Wow. So like, you know what I'm saying? And a lot of the signs of a narcissist person are toxic, like sense of entitlement, manipulative behavior,
need for admiration, lack of empathy, and arrogance, all that shit. Like, you know what I'm saying? So I think some people just born that fucking way. Has nothing to do with trauma. They're going to be that way regardless, kind of. I just think that's just how it is.
That's a good point. I want to wrap this topic up. I want y'all both to give me some quick pointers on how to remove yourself from a toxic situation that you might be in. It may be difficult to get out of. You might be seeing some signs. What's a way to get up out of that thing when it comes to a toxic relationship? How you remove yourself?
You want Jake? Or you want me to go?
You go first.
So I used to have this ideology of calling people out on the bullshit they do. But I realized that the more you call them out, the more you look like the one with the issue. So I've also come to terms with letting people know that I'm putting you on timeout.
Okay.
All right, understand what I'm saying. We all grown, we adults. This idea of putting you on timeout is letting you know, hey, look, what I think you're doing is pretty foul. I don't want to be around you until you figure out how to handle yourself around me. Whatever you do around them, that's cool, but this is not what I'm going to accept for me. So unless you come correct, we're on timeout.
Right.
And maybe that's a different way to approach things. You know what I mean? But I think that's the safe way. And other than, I'm a work in progress, and my mom got on me about certain things too, because I used to have a philosophy of, everybody starts off with an A plus if I love you, but they go down to an F. It real fast if it gets dark. You know what I mean? But I realized that, at the end of the day, that's not a mature way of dealing with confrontational issues. Really what that is me avoiding the situation and not taking it head on. But me putting you on timeout is having a moment where you could think about where we went wrong. You can figure out how you want to address it with me. I can figure out how I want to address with you. And then I can come back to you and you can come back to me and we say, hey, look, this is the problem I had with you. This is the issues that I had. This is how you made me feel, like Jake said earlier. And this is how I want to continue going forward with you. So
nice.
That's my perspective.
Jake, you got something on that?
I pretty much look at it like why do I really want to be in a relationship with this person, or do I really want to be friends with this person? And like, what am I getting from this? And I don't want to sound like the toxic person, like what I'm getting from this, but like what like you know what I'm saying? Like, am I giving more in this relationship than they are? You know what I'm saying? And how am I feeling? Am I getting drained? Am I happy around this person? Am I miserable around this person? Is this person making me like better? You know
Evaluate.
You know what I'm saying? It's still sharpening, still going on. Like, what's going on? That's what I look at. And if none of that is going on, like if I'm not getting just as much, if I'm not getting back just as much as I'm giving, or
it's a problem.
It's a problem. If this person is bringing the worst out of me, I can't. I gotta. It's time to cut ties.
I like that.
Depending on how toxic this person is, I might call them out, or I just might say deuces, and I just like leave them on stuck. Like what? Yeah. What I do? Like, you know what I'm saying? Because that's just pretty much how I do it. I just evaluate like what I'm getting out of it. If I'm no, that sounds wrong. I'm evaluating. Is this making me better?
Yeah. Is it? Yeah. But relationships should be give and take. You know.
So no, it's good. But I didn't want to sound like, you know what I mean. But
no, yeah, I got you. And those are great ways. I say keep a watch on it, evaluate it, call it out. If they're not willing to grow, you got to move on. You know what I'm saying? We all need space and help to move on as well. And if you bring accountability to somebody and they reject, then you know what's up. But let's move on. We're gonna hit the comments real quick. That was a great group discussion, fellas. Great group discussion. In our mask off chat, we got, I think you, DJ Touch. She said, I wouldn't. Oh, okay. Kicking with Rob said, I'm going to be the new Kevin Samuels. Rest in heaven, bro. All right, Rob, you funny, man. I believe you too, man. I wouldn't wish death on anybody, but I think he wasn't my cup of tea, but he was my cup of tea. He was a male chauvinist. Okay.
Uh-huh.
I think you do. I think if you do more criticizing than uplifting, you're toxic. I agree. I totally agree. You gotta have that mixture in there. It's not cool when women or men antagonize the opposite sex. Totally agree. If you notice people don't want to be around you, if someone has told you you're argumentative or negative, newsflash, toxic. Newsflash, yeah. If you gotta people talking about, I don't care what people think about you. You should. To a certain extent, you should.
Why you should though? Like, because and I was having this conversation with my mom. She's like, I don't care what people think about me. I'm 66 years old, and I'm like, well, I feel that way, and I'm only 43. I don't care what nobody think about me. I mean, if you don't want to be around me, and I don't think this is the purpose of this conversation, that you should be able to get in and fit in with everybody, because sometimes you're not. You know what I mean? Some people can't take strong opinionated people. You know what I mean? And some people label you as things that you are not also, bro.
Right. But I think when it comes to not liking somebody, it depends. If they just don't like your personality, cool. But if there's some negative things about you that people are calling out and everybody's saying, like, man, yeah, he always negative. That's the type of reputation stuff that you want to be aware of. Right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. We got. Let me see. That was the both YouTubes. We got in. Gonna. Oh yeah. Okay, cool. So we got a new segment that we're rolling out. It is the Coach's Corner segment. We got some sports talk I'm going to hit y'all with real quick. The Lions draft was just at the end of April. We actually did pretty good in the draft, y'all. We out of our we had two first rounders, the number 2 pick and the number 12 pick, and 5 of our total picks were all for defense. We got a black GM, Brad Holmes. They doing some good work, him and the head coach. So I'm excited to see what's how these players shake out, man. We got 2 first rounders this year, so and 8 new defensive players. So let's see what's going on. NBA talk. We got Philly. It's the second round of the NBA playoffs. We got Philly playing Miami. Miami's up 2-0. Boston is tied 1-1. The Suns are up 2-0 on the Mavs, and Golden State versus Memphis is tied 1-1. And Ja Morant dropped 47 in game 2 for the win. I'm super excited about his highest career is playing out, and he is a dog.
Man, Ja Morant remind me of myself in so many ways. I just wanted to point that out there. You know what I'm saying? And also, if anybody that I'm rooting for to take the chip, I'm rooting for the underdogs, man. I'm rooting for the Grizzlies. Even though I know with Jordan Poole in the mix,
yeah,
shout out to a Michigan alumni, Michigan Wolverine alumni, he in the mix, man. I know that they're going to do big things. But if you go down the list of teams right now, let's look at it. The Suns and the Mavs, they playing right now. And Suns look heat. They look heated and hot, man.
Yeah, they do. They do. And it depends on how this game 3 go. If they go up 3-0, it's over. But Luka been balling, but it's Suns. It's too much. Suns seeming to do too much for the Mavs. Yeah, I think it's gonna be. I want to say Memphis get past. I would love to see Memphis get past Golden State, but I think it's gonna be like Golden State and the Suns in the next round.
Yo, even if they did get past the Warriors, the Suns gonna bury them.
Absolutely, I can see that. Yeah,
because they don't have a legitimate big man.
Yeah,
I'm talking about the Grizzlies. They don't have a legitimate big man, and it's only so much that stuff Morant gonna be allowed to do.
Yeah, he been balling though. And then on the East, I think it's gonna be in the Eastern Finals. I think it'll be. I want to see Boston get past Milwaukee, but that's tough to say. I would love to see it though, but I think it'll be Miami and Milwaukee. But I'm rooting for Boston though.
I'm rooting for the Bucks. Bucks got my heart in it again. You know what I mean? So As far as the finals, who you think gonna make it in the coach's corner? We calling it today. Who you think gonna make it?
Yeah, I'll go. My basketball brain is telling me that it'd be Milwaukee versus Phoenix in the finals.
Ooh, it's Jake, what you think, Jake?
I haven't been I haven't watched basketball really in the last 10 years like that, but I'm trying to get back into it, and I'm glad that the super team culture is diminishing because that shit was getting on my fucking nerves.
Yeah.
But I don't. But yeah, I gotta watch it more to have an opinion about it. But
For sure.
I'm glad the younger guys are coming up and becoming like, you know, the stars and winning chips, and you know, everybody ain't hugging LeBron and KD's nuts all the fucking time. And shit.
Right. KD got swept by Boston. Yeah, unbelievable. But that's been your coach's corner. Big salute. Let's get it.
That's what's up. Coach's corner, man.
A gym
I really like the way they do, man. Maybe we can pull out again.
Yeah, I think so. Once we got some nice things going on in the sports world, we'll bring it around. I like that too. That was fun.
We could tweak that out and get that pop. So what we gonna do? We gonna go to the gym of the week right quick. I don't know if anybody been following something so toxic as the Johnny Depp and Amber Heard case. And we talk about toxicity, man. That has been the epitome of toxicity. And Jake, you know anything about this?
All I know is that a lot of people been clowning old girl and shit. That's all I really know about it. I haven't really been paying attention to it. But what's going on?
So Johnny Depp and Amber Heard, you know, they were together. I guess they was married, and then Johnny Depp, from what I understand, it's a defamation case because Amber Heard tried to say he physically abused her, mentally abused her, sexual abused her, and all this stuff. So Johnny Depp, he decided to sue her in relation to what she claimed that he did. So this has been a defamation case, and so far it's been the 14th day of the defamation case, and they've been going back and forth with different lawyers and stuff that they've been doing. You had one lawyer asking, they was giving testimony as to what Amber Heard was doing, and you know, apparently to get back at Johnny Depp one particular time, she shitted in the middle of his bed, you know what I mean, and just left it there. And they was you had an attorney cross-examine Johnny Depp one time, and then she asked Johnny Depp about Amber Heard. She was like, do you think she's small? He was like, well, she's okay. Well, clearly, do you think you're bigger than her? He's like, no, not really. So they throwing shade left and right in the whole proceeding.
Petty.
It's one of the most pettiest things I've seen. And I'm only getting these petty comments through comments and highlights. Yeah. I haven't sat down and watched it because I'm sure I've been cracking up, coming to terms with, I can't believe they act like this. But this is the beginning of like a whole feature film. You know what I mean? They talking about her hair pulled and, you know, bruises and all this stuff. So, and mind you, I'm not saying this to make light of anybody's plight, you know, whether you've been physically abused, mentally abused, or anything like that. But you know, if you want to look into some toxicity, you might want to check this out because They are at the pinnacle of toxicity right now.
Man, our whole culture is built on toxicity, man. Drama shows, reality shows, court shows, celebrity beef, TMZ, all this celebrity drama.
Look how they got him laid out, bro.
Jerry Springer. It's a social media toxic. It's all toxic, man. Toxic.
That's crazy. That's Johnny Depp, man. I know, and I think DJ Touch said this, that she know he for the shits. Like, he is from America, and this guy talks with a whole fucking British accent. Like, that's crazy. So I don't know. That's him, and that is our gem of the week, man.
That was a weird picture.
Which one?
The one, not that one. That one.
This one?
That one. Johnny Depp looked.
Yeah, he like
very fucking.
I got you, bitch.
If anybody looks like that, that's a red flag.
That's a red flag
right there. But yeah,
yes, sir.
So that's that, and that's our gem of the week. Do we got any more comments before we roll bounce about this piece?
Von Wink, in other words, no comment. He said that at 9:56. I don't know. Oh, probably it was probably on you, Jake, when you about the NBA.
Jake. Yeah. You know, I got some.
Yeah, that was just one comment of the day.
He's toxic. You know what?
It's toxic.
He's toxic. If we, you know, we be clowning Dan, but it's one person that we got to recognize for his consistent toxicity, and it definitely would be Von Winky Dinky. He keeps the toxicity.
That's all we got in the comments.
Rising. You know what I mean? And then on that level, man, we're gonna get ready to roll bounce up out of here, man. It's Mask Off Podcast, episode 105. We here every Friday from 9 p.m., man, to 10 p.m. And you know, this episode, man, was oozing with toxicity. You know what I'm saying? So if you did not know, you know now that this is where he is. Let me get this gem of the week joint up down so we can end this the right way. You know what I mean? Does anybody have anything to say before we get up out of here?
May 16th, Who You With premiere. May 18th, Comedy Hills grand opening.
Okay. What about you, Jaggy? What you got going on?
Damn, what I got going on? Oh, Hip Prov next week on the 11th. Wednesday, May 11th, Hip Prov. Planet A. Come check it out.
Nice.
Yeah, that's what's up. And next week with me, you got a new script that we've been working on from the Dinner Detectives out in Troy. So come check that out, man. Check out the Dinner Detectives. Put down Troy. We're at the Embassy Suites. Sign up, $50 a pop. You get all the food you can get. You get a nice meal and you get entertainment for a couple hours. And make sure you tip because we need that dough. Holla at your boy. So that's us. You know what it is. This is Mask Off, episode 105. Oozing with the toxicity. It's Shaky Jakey and the OG in the young boy in the place to be. And we up out of here. Get us when you can. Take care of yourself. Love each other. Love yourself. And we up out of this. Peace.
Man, it's stinking here.